God bless football, Mikey A.
God bless football, Taylor.
God bless football, Billy Gill.
Hey, here's a headline.
Oh, boy.
Jets quarterback Justin Fields suffers apparent leg injury at camp and is carted off the field. We're just jumping right into this one.
We're
today.
just
no
jumping
small
right.
talk.
Well,
no, how are you? How's it going? None of that. Just
see, I think we got to get this out because by the time we get it out, we might get some information, and I want to react to the unknown of this because this is more fun than actually.
Of let's get this recorded as quickly as possible with as little information as possible, so that we can't be proven wrong at any point, or we will be, and then we'll just say we didn't have any information.
Yeah, I want to wildly speculate. Apparently, the Jets are going to run a much more up-tempo offense because usually we wait until the fourth play of the regular season to get our quarterback out for the year, and Justin Fields is actually going to just do it right here on the first week of training camp. You're not going to – I like Justin Fields. Think he's a good dude. I think this is best case scenario for the Jets.
No.
I think this is best case scenario for them because I think he's good enough to win you 7-8 games. I think he's good enough to do that. He's not good enough to get you deep in the playoffs. He's just not. I'm sorry, we've seen it. He's athletic enough to get you to win a couple of games. So, you know what? How can you reset the year without resetting the year? Knock your quarterback out in the first week of training camp and be like, hey, we were going to do things, but our quarterback is out. And now that we're picking in the top 5, maybe some of these other guys look a little bit better than Justin Fields for our future. Maybe some of this loaded quarterback class we're talking about, maybe this is the way to go.
Well, I will say this. Stugotz is unable to join us today. He is on vacation, but he did send us an official statement in regards to this news, and his official statement was one word, and it was just arch. So I don't know that it's fair to say that he's happy that this injury happened, but he is a known guy who just likes to say arch whenever, football conversation is going on regarding quarterbacks beat in college or the NFL. And he seems to be excited at the prospect of Arch Manning now potentially being a Jet as a result of this injury.
I'm not even 100% sure. I'm fairly sure Arch is not coming out this year, even though Stugotz, everybody wants to say, and by everybody I mean Stugotz and his people want to say that Arch is. And if he did, I'm not sure he's a top 3 quarterback in this class based on everything that I'm seeing. Like Arch is considered a project still. Now, he hasn't played much, and when he did play, he played well against bad teams.
I was going to say, you base it on the fact that he's played like 3 college games?
Exactly. So, I mean, let's not put him as the number 1 pick. I mean, let's be honest. He was the number 1 pick when his name was Manning, and he decided he wanted to play quarterback in high school. He was the number 1 pick then. It was just a matter of what year.
I saw a rumor out there. This is strictly just a rumor that was going out there. But, there has been stuff, not to bring, the politics of it into this, but there, are, speculations of executive orders being signed that would limit NIL money for players and stuff like that. That some people have speculated, well, maybe this is leading to a Nick Saban return to coaching because now he'll have some of the control that he had before. We thought maybe he left coaching because it was just not that the game was passing him by, but the business of the game was passing him by where he wasn't in complete control anymore. And the rumor that I have seen is not related necessarily to the NIL, but it is related to the potential of Nick Saban coming back. And I saw a rumor out there, again, just a rumor, and I would love to credit where I saw it, but I don't remember. The rumor was that there is a conversation going on with Nick Saban and Arch Manning and Jimmy Sexton to have them all end up in Cleveland together.
Wow. For all 3 of them, I ask one question. Why?
One word? Yep, that's the
why.
Word. That was the word. Yeah, that's the word.
I mean, of all the, you're talking about 3 guys that might be able to literally roll out a map and be like, that place. That's where I want to go. And I why?
They'd all roll it out together and land on Cleveland.
Yeah, Nothing against Cleveland, but like that's not the organization that I want to go to. Not saying the Jets are, but like you couldn't pick a better organization, something more well run, or if not even a good organization, a nicer climate.
Well, you know what they say about having 5 quarterbacks? You got to add one more, make it right. So 6 quarterback probably is the solution there in Cleveland.
Let me ask you this. Is Nick Saban the only person that could pick up the phone, get the president on the line, get somebody high enough up in the world on the line to be like, listen, I'm done with these NIL stuff. Can we get something going here so that I can come back?
I wonder, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly how the conversation went. Where it's like, listen, NIL, it's a little messy, but honestly, really doesn't work for me in particular. I would love if we could fix this situation just for me, so I can get back in the game. If I was Nick Saban, honestly, like, why would I even bother going back to coaching? He can only go downhill. Like it can only ruin his reputation. There's no gain from this, in my opinion.
I think you just answered my question from before, the why. Yeah. Because the only thing that could cement Saban as not only the best college coach ever, but possibly the best coach of football ever, is to not only win as much as he did in college, but to then win with the Cleveland Browns, to win a Super Bowl with the Cleveland Browns, something that the great Bill Belichick tried and failed at doing.
Yeah.
Now Saban can go win a Super Bowl there. Now, that's not to say he will, because in the end, it is still Cleveland, and it is still that organization.
But it's also still the NFL, right? And he's not just going to stroll in at 73 and figure out the NFL when, what was it, 20 years ago or whatever, he came to Miami for 2 seasons and it just didn't work out for him.
Yeah. But if anybody could stroll in somewhere at 73 and get it done.
Oh, I think there's someone on the line here who thinks there's another 73-year-old who can just stroll in and take over a football league that he's not all too familiar with and immediately rise to the top.
If Bill Belichick somehow gets back into the NFL next year, as a Carolina fan, you consider that a win, because that means this season went so well that he put himself back in those conversations where, again, Carolina fan, you sign up for that 10 times out of 10 times.
Who's going to be whose defensive coordinator? Is Belichick going to be Saban's defensive coordinator, or is Saban going to be Belichick's defensive coordinator in Cleveland?
Neither one of them is going to be.
No, I love the idea of them doing that.
Neither
co-head coaches.
Wow.
Co-head coaches. You know what they say? You don't have one head coach.
Can we go back to the Justin Fields angle for a bit? Because
sure.
Mikey, I feel like you were a little too positive about it, because I'm thinking about it. If I was a Jets fan, which I used to be technically.
Wait.
No, then that's a false statement. What you just said is 100% a false. You can't used to be a Jets fan. That pain and misery is either with you for life or it's not. Do you know how many times I wish I could have quit this team? You know how many times I've said, you know what, that's it, I'm done, only to get dragged back. You're not used to be a Jets fan. You were never a Jets fan, or you still are, and you're trying to hide it.
Well, the thing with him is he just follows Mac Hollins around. So whatever team Mac is on, he makes his favorite team. Yeah. So right now, what are you? You're a Patriots fan, I guess.
Patriots, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think you're wearing a Patriots shirt. So I mean, you're not a Jets fan.
You were never a Jets fan.
So I grew up loving the Jets.
You've literally rooted for every team in the AFC East.
Yes.
Which should be your rivals.
The thing is, what it comes down to is I would root for Mac over the Jets,
because he was Mac's roommate in college. Yes. Just for reference, not just he's a giant Mac Hollins fan.
Yeah. So when Mac got drafted by the Eagles, I was like, hey, I'll always root for you over the team that I grew up rooting for, the Jets. But once Mac retires, I don't even think I would. When the Jets are playing, I'm rooting for the Jets, unless they're playing Mac's team.
So when Mac's done, you're going to go back to being a Jets fan?
theoretically.
I don't
but
think
also,
that it works like
but
that.
once Mac got it to the NFL too, I've kind of my NFL fandom has kind of tapered off a bit.
Because
If you weren't with us for our 15 years of missing the playoffs, don't be with us on our wild card weekend loss. Okay,
I'm with Mikey on this. You can't just decide, you know what, I'm going to take 12 years off from trauma because my friend's in the league.
My Jets group chat has said the same thing. I've been removed from the Jets group chat. They've said, hey, don't come back. The only caveat they've given me to come back is if Max signs with the Jets. Then they're like, that's the one consistent thing you've had this entire
be our
time.
number 2 receiver.
That's the absolute last scenario in which I would let you back on the Jets bandwagon and be like, oh, you want to follow Mac? Guess what? You're not a Jets fan. And if he's here, you're still not a Jets fan. You're out of this group. Which, by the way, I will say, no offense to either one of you, but a Jets group chat sounds like one of the worst group chats that you could be part of. It sounds like absolute hell.
Here's something a lot of people don't realize about Jets fans. Nobody will crush the Jets more than Jets fans, but we will get big mad if you do it.
Yeah.
Like my Jets, I don't call it a Jets fan group chat because it's my brothers and stuff like that. And we talk about a bunch of things. And we'll sit there and we'll talk about how they suck and how they're terrible and all this. But the moment a Patriots fan is like, man, the Jets suck, I'm like, shut up. What do you know about? I won't hear it. But nobody will crush the team more than Jets fans.
So, I mean, your season is already done before it's even started, unless news comes out later today.
It's perfect.
That was going to be my point, where, yes, you could be maybe excited that Tyrod Taylor is probably going to play you into a top 5 pick, but there's going into the season, the unknown, and being like, you know what, maybe we could do something. Maybe we could surprise some people. Maybe Aaron Glenn has the boys ready.
That's how I know you're not a Jets fan. That's how I know you're not a Jets fan. That may be no, we know. Any Jets fan, they know. Now they could be the optimistic Jets fan, like, oh, Justin Fields is going to be but in your heart, you know, this isn't going to work. And we're going to need another quarterback. We're going to need another this. We're going to need another that. The only difference is now we might be in a better position to get someone ready-made because the Jets can't develop anybody. They can't develop anybody. They can get somebody ready-made and plug them in. That's what they go for. And, I mean, look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold needed to be developed. He wasn't. Then he went to a place where he could be, and he had success. Jets need a ready-made quarterback, and the best way to get one of those is in the top 5.
All right. Well, so this is a good day for you. You're rooting for injuries, even though we don't have to do wins and losses now, I suppose, with the Jets. Oh, you get that? Yeah. Listen, man.
Oh, Tyrod's winning through 2 or 3 of the first 6 games.
I think Tyrod's good enough to ruin
before
your chance
he gets
at a good. Double injury situation. Because Tyrod's good enough to ruin your season by winning just enough games. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tyrod's always been good enough to win a few games. He's just never stayed healthy. And I can't imagine with the MetLife turf monster and a young offensive line coached by somebody who's never played or coached offensive line, it's not going to go well for him in his 36-year-old season.
So you have no faith in Brady Cook or Adrian Martinez should Tyrod go down, is what you're saying? Tannehill's still out there.
Is he though? I mean, I'm looking at a list of free agent quarterbacks, and you know who's not on the list?
Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill. I wonder Carson Wentz is out there.
I wonder if his standard has gone down slightly from I'm only going to come back for a competitor to now I'll go back for anyone.
I'll go back for the Jets. Yeah. I'll go back for the Jets.
So who's the highlight of that list? Is it Wentz?
I mean, Wentz is the biggest name.
I mean,
Teddy Bridgewater.
Let's be real, too. Cleveland's going to cut at least one of their 5 quarterbacks. So
that's what you want. Cleveland's cast off.
I mean, if they decide to pull the plug on Joe Flacco,
we did that. We did that already.
I know, but that nice little homecoming for Joe Flacco is not the worst thing in the world.
I'll tell you, who wouldn't be upset. Garrett Wilson would not be upset if Joe Flacco came back because Joe Flacco was the guy who started the Garrett Wilson train because Garrett Wilson wasn't doing very well with Zach Wilson early. And then Joe Flacco came in and all of a sudden it was like, oh, he is pretty good. Not Joe Flacco, Garrett Wilson. Joe Flacco's a stud.
Billy, I went to my Jet source roommate Ian.
Ian,
the biggest Jet fan I know.
He's also our offensive line expert, Mikey A.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Ian.
Mikey, when I describe him, just picture like who calls into WFAN all day wanting to get their takes off.
Does he ever get on?
Occasionally.
What's his batting percentage of actually getting on the air? Because that'll tell me a lot.
It's probably about 200. He's hovering right around the Mendoza line.
Yeah. What's his go-to show, or he doesn't have one? He just calls it all day. Anyone that'll take him, he'll talk to.
I think he wakes up with Boomer and Gio.
Yeah.
And then he sticks around with BT and Sal.
What do you think about Carden? Is Carden going to head back there?
Very likely.
Yeah. Are you happy about that?
I like Carden.
All right.
Okay. But this statement from roommate Ian, just another day being a Jets fan. Honestly impressed that they found a way for the season to be over and we're still in July.
You know what? It saves you money on travel. I got I got a friend who's already paid for his tickets to go to London, and like he's paying top dollar and all that. And you know what? You can't even sell those at half face value now. By the way, my Patriot fan friend just texted me, and he asked me a simple question: why does God hate you?
Did you have an answer?
No.
I mean, it's good. It's good for you at A to Z Sports, right? Now you have something to write about.
We always have stuff to write about. Now I just have different stuff to write about.
All right.
A to Z Sports / New York Jets. Mike,
there you go.
Go ahead and read.
If you were to poll NFL fans and ask them like what team would be the most likely to lose their quarterback the first week of training camp, it's got to be the Jets. They have the most, like, if it could go wrong, it will go wrong energy.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think everybody would be rooting for Aaron Rodgers to get hurt again. I think that's a big thing.
I don't think Aaron's not going to do anything that can get him anywhere near hurt in training camp.
You mean like hand the ball off or throw an incomplete pass and blow out his Achilles?
Yeah,
like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be out there like in bubble wrap, making sure like nothing happens to him whatsoever. You know.
Let me switch gears a little bit. I just saw this come across, and I'm curious your thoughts. Everybody's into the new uniforms now, throwback uniforms. The Green Bay Packers just released their new throwback uniforms. Have you seen these?
I have not.
Okay. They have a fake leather helmet. And I'm curious your thoughts on that.
I like a fake leather helmet. So their helmets are painted as though they're leather.
Yes.
I really like that. That's a nice looking helmet. I'm looking at one right now. Yeah, I'm a fan.
You're a fan?
Yeah.
I think I like them too. I just it feels like you're reaching a little bit though. Like let's make it look like leather. Like there's no logo on it. You even like painted stitching.
Yeah, I love it.
I think on the TV it's going to look really good.
You don't like how it looks like presently?
Leather?
I don't love it up close, but I think when you're backed away, I'm going back a little and squinting now.
Can I give you a is the squinting doing anything for you?
It's making it look a lot better.
I think I would do, if you go back to it, like a little less like pronunciation on the white stitching, you know, like around the ears. I feel like it has to be like weathered leather a little bit. It wouldn't be that white. That would be kind of like a little off. Color would be slightly off white, but that's fine.
Is that a fake indent of the leather, like above his ear hole, above that little white line? Is that like a fake indent, like of leather?
It's hard to tell. There definitely are like fake shadows painted on it. Like if you look in the front, there's fake shadows also. I like it. I like the fake leather.
I say if you're going to do a throwback and wear the leather helmets.
I have an admission that I don't think that you guys necessarily would like, or I think a lot of people wouldn't like, but I see a lot of, hey, check this out. This is the new version of this team's uniform. And more often than not, I see it and I'm like, that looks like the exact same uniform to me. Like, I don't really like, okay, we now have like an accent here on the jersey that didn't exist before. Like, look, there's an extra stripe or something. But more often than not, in the NFL in particular, the uniform changes are minuscule. Like, it's not drastic changes at all. And for me, they all look the same. Or it's like, oh, guess what? This year, we're going to wear brown pants. And it's like, what? Like, this is not a big change for me. I don't care about that.
I remember when the Lions made a big deal about they were changing their logo. And for weeks they were teasing this logo. And then they released it and I did not notice.
Yeah.
I did not notice a difference. They were like, yeah, but now there's like a highlight around the thing where the lion is. And I'm like, oh yeah, look at that.
I'm pulling up an image of it.
Do you guys ever get like in your algorithm, like the graphic designers that don't really care or know anything about sports, that they're like, I'm going to redo this logo. And then they redo it. I'm like, wow, that looks so much better than the actual logo. And you're someone that doesn't really know or care anything about this team. And in like 5 minutes in an online video, you somehow added the city skyline that just hiding in there that no one realized. And looks so much cooler than what they actually went with.
I get frustrated sometimes with some of these logos that are so simple, but could be so cool if you I'll go to the Jets. Like, the jet is a cool thing that you can do a lot with to make it a cool logo. And it looks like the Lufthansa logo. Like, you just threw a little tail, a little, wing on it, and it was over.
Have you, because you go on a football trip every year, have you ever considered going to one of these European games for the Jets?
It was a finalist last year, and then it was in discussion this year. But in the end, we don't really want to go see the Jets, and London is very expensive.
Yeah, and
the whole point, all of us are married with kids, and it's very hard to do like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come home Monday to London. It's like we barely go to the West Coast. The West Coast is really hard to do.
Well, how long is
that kind of turnaround?
How long is a flight to London from New York? It's not that long, right?
It's like 5 or 6 hours. Yeah,
that's not terrible. I mean, it's just as long to go to the West Coast, basically.
7 hours.
Yeah, and we don't do that either. It's okay, and then there's the time change, and it's just like, but I'll tell you guys a secret. We went to Vegas 2-3 years ago, and when we got there, we had these big grand plans, and there was a comedian playing, and we're like, oh, let's go to see the comedian. But it was a 10 o'clock show, so by the time he went on, it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock.
3 o'clock
your
time.
Add the 3 hours.
Yeah.
I fell asleep during his set and woke up to everybody laughing, and then was immediately laughing like I was part of the joke, but I wasn't.
What's the worst place that you've fallen asleep? Because I have one.
I'm gonna go with that one, considering the amount of money I paid for those tickets and the grand plans we had. And when we get out of this comedian, then we're gonna go to hit the craps tables and we're gonna go to the bar. And no, I fell asleep right there on the $150 chair for this comedian.
Yeah. Taylor, do you have one or no?
The worst place I've fallen asleep, the barber shop.
That's not good.
No, that's not good, because you might wake up to something you didn't know.
Like you doze, and then all of a sudden, and then like there's you have a racing stripe or something.
Sometimes I go into the barber shop and I can feel like I'm tired going into it, and then something about like the buzzing makes me even more tired. So there's sometimes where I have to be like, hey, let's be very alert here. And then there's been times where I catch myself where I'm like,
Taylor, you got that breaking news sounder?
Oh,
yeah.
It is a toe injury for Justin Fields. For Justin Fields. The severity is not yet known.
That's not terrible. I mean, it's terrible for your joy that his injury would take him out the entire year. But a
No.
toe, we can come back from a toe.
We can come back. Is this one of those toe injuries that doesn't go away, and now all of a sudden every time he can't run because his toe, and he didn't get all the reps in practice because he was healing from the toe injury, and then we're 3 weeks in and everybody goes, well, remember, he didn't have preseason because of a toe injury, so this is his still getting used to this offense and these group of guys, and then it's like, oh, now we're just making excuses for his bad play.
Yeah, you want to know the worst place I've fallen asleep?
I do.
I fell asleep during a couple's massage, and my wife and the masseuses apparently were laughing at me snoring during said couple's massage. I woke up like at the end, and I guess I was snoring, and my wife afterwards told me everybody was laughing that you were snoring during massage. And I was like, I feel like this should have been a compliment. Like I was so relaxed that I fell asleep, and they disagreed with that.
Do you feel like you kind of get gypped though when you fall asleep during a massage?
The good thing is that because it was a couple's massage, I know that, well, I guess I don't know, right? Because my wife probably couldn't see. She had like her face down or like covered or whatever. So she had no idea. But if you fall asleep during a massage, I think I would give permission to the masseuse just kind of taking the time off until I wake up. Like, you don't need to keep working on me if I'm asleep. Like, I'm not going to know the difference either way. So you can just take a 15, take a break. You worked hard, did your job. I'm out. Like, good job.
Were they doing their job? Like if you fell asleep while someone was like supposed to be like working all the stress out, like you're supposed to feel like you want to take a nap afterwards, not during.
I mean, I needed it, I guess, because I got knocked right out. I have so many massages, and by so many, I mean one massage that I got like as a Groupon for a present like a year plus ago that I need to schedule. And at this point, it's like I'm going to be paying the difference, which is fine, whatever. But yeah. Not good with Groupons. I told my wife one time, like, please don't get me any more Groupons, which she didn't like because it was right after she got me a Groupon. So that wasn't great by me.
No, that's poor timing.
Yeah.
By you. Do you get it's like the last time I got a massage, let alone a couple's massage, was my honeymoon. And that was a decade ago. Is this like a thing for you, or?
Sometimes we'll do it. Maybe like once every 2 years or something. We'll just do like a couple's massage.
On vacation. Honestly, or like locally?
No, like locally, like we'll go to like one of the nice hotels that has one. Usually it's like down here, there's something called Spa Month. So you can go to like, it's like you'll go on a website, and Spa Month has like a lot of these like higher end places like 40% off or whatever, right? So like we'll do that if there's like a good deal, and we'll turn it into like, if it's like on the beach, we turn it into like a beach day after. You like hang out by the pool after the fact. But honestly, most of the time it's like a gift that my wife gets for me, but since it's a couple massage, it is also for her.
Yep. Heady play by her. I had a massage membership when I was in Miami.
Really? Where would you go? Like Massage Envy or one of those?
No, it was called the Now.
Okay.
Which was pretty close by. But the reason why I got the membership was a hour massage was like $160, and then with the membership, once a month you could get a massage, and it was like $100. So I was like, financially, I just have to go to like 3 massages for 3 months, and it's going to pay off over the long haul.
What did this membership cost? Because it sounds to me like you paid a membership to pay more money.
So the membership was 1 massage a month.
Mm-hmm.
But how much did it cost?
$100
a month.
$100 a month for
and
that
you
one
could only
massage.
you could only get 1 massage.
Correct. Or you could just book one-off massages, and it was like $160. You see where I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sounds like you spent $200 instead of $160.
It sounds like you spent $300 instead of $160 because you did it for 3 months, right?
Yes.
Would you have gotten a massage?
$320,
You wouldn't have spent $480 on massages in 3 months, I don't think.
Well, once you have the membership, you might as well.
Do you get a massage every month?
When I was in Miami.
Why?
I had the membership.
But why did you get the? Why did you feel like you need? Why are we talking about this? Do you want to do more Michaelies?
I want to talk about another problem in New York football.
Okay.
Taylor, I think you have the video. This is what you said this is Bo Nix is not Bo Nix. This is
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart's first pass in 11-on-11 for the New York Giants.
Here we go. We have it right here.
It doesn't go well.
He let me restart it. He drops back for the audio audience and picked off.
Oh,
Taking the other way, pick 6.
do we know who pulled the pick 6?
I believe it is Nick Jones.
Okay,
Nick Jones, number 31.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Like that's showing up the first round pick, the future of the franchise, and yeah, you can't do that. That's not okay. Like if you're an undrafted free agent, that's how you get cut. If you're like a 6th round pick trying to make the team, like, all right, maybe, but like you can't do that.
You have him selling. You have him not making the play.
Not the first pass. Not the first, but like you got to
like dropping it.
Maybe he gets to complete that one, and you look at your defensive, and you're like, hey, I saw it. Like I could have, but I didn't because everybody's watching, and we all know that this guy is more important than I am.
I mean, but he's fighting for a job on the team.
But that's also a way to get yourself kicked off.
Really?
Hey. Oh yeah. It's like touch it. It's like you can't sack the quarterback. Like maybe you can't pick 6 him on the first pass when everybody's watching.
But now that defensive coordinator is going to be willing to fight for him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the guys are celebrating, and you see them kind of pointing, like, take it to the house here on the sideline.
Now that we know it's a toe injury, would you rather be the Giants this year or the Jets?
Always the Giants.
Always?
Always. Always.
Two bleak futures, though.
Yeah. Well,
but I guess the Giants
the Giants have much more of an unknown than bleak.
The official
Jackson Dart, we don't know what it is.
Was Arch, so
that's Stugotz's official statement.
There's no hope for the Jets. The only hope that you have is we're going to get a quarterback in the draft that you don't get. So, like, even in your hopelessness, you do have the hope of this is the year we're going to get the savior quarterback. It just never ends up happening.
Yes, but we don't have one this year. There's no either this guy has come to save us like an Aaron Rodgers. There's no we drafted this guy to be the savior like Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold or Geno Smith or Mark Sanchez. I'll stop there.
More Mikeleys?
Yeah, let's do some more Mikeleys.
More Mikely. Billy.
Yeah.
More likely to be on his team for week 1. Terry McLaurin with the Commanders or Trey Hendrickson with the Bengals?
Ooh.
Both guys, no shows, holding out, want new contracts.
Well, and Trey also, as reported, I believe, by Diana Rossini, was with his family in Cincinnati, hoping to get that resolved. And then once training camp came around, they said, you know what? We're going to Jacksonville. And they left the city and state where his team actually plays to send a message. But I still think he's going to be there week 1.
Do you think Trey Hendrickson is going to cave?
I think Trey Hendrickson is going to cave. He put out a statement. He said, you know what? I made some sacrifices. It seemed as though he was willing to give up some money as long as he got more guaranteed years, which seems to be the sticking point right now. I think a Bengals defense that really is not in a position to be doing what they're doing eventually will give Trey Hendrickson something good enough that he will not miss significant time. I think he'll be back by week 1.
Taylor?
I'm going Trey Hendrickson more likely to be on the field. More likely. Sorry.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think Jaden Daniels is the determining factor. They do not want him to take a step back. They will do what they can to get him everything he needs, whereas the Bengals have shown they don't care. Oh, you play defense? We don't care. Play wide receiver, or play quarterback, or play nothing.
The
Next
receiver position seems like more likely to a holdout though. Like Terry McLaurin, personnel, more
likely.
Yeah. Get it together, Taylor.
All right, Taylor, since you're a fan of the AFC East, more likely this season, the Bills miss the playoffs or the Browns make the playoffs?
That's tough. I'm going to go.
It is tough.
It's more likely the Bills miss the playoffs.
Wow.
Because that way, it's hard to come up with a path for how the Browns make the playoffs. The path for the Bills to miss the playoffs is an injury to a star player.
Like Josh Allen?
I don't want to put it out there in the universe, but that is the path for how the Bills miss the playoffs. Whereas the Browns to make the playoffs, you would figure that the Bengals are going to have a bounce back year. The Ravens are, the class of that division. The Steelers are always somewhere in contention. There's 3 teams they have to jump. For the Bills, it's just, hey, a couple guys get hurt and we might be SOL.
Billy?
What are the options again?
Bills miss the playoffs, Browns make the playoffs.
I think it's more likely the Browns make the playoffs and the Bills miss the playoffs. But the Bills miss the playoffs. It's just if Josh Allen gets hurt, right?
But even if he does, are they still not good enough to at least win that division with 9 wins? They could win that division with 9 wins.
Division is so tough.
The Browns division is tough. So even if everything breaks right and one of those 5 quarterbacks becomes a legit starter, are they still good enough to?
All right, the Bills missed the playoffs. You have successfully flipped me here.
It's more likely.
Yeah, more likely.
Okay. One more?
Yeah, one more.
More likely to make the playoffs this year, the Raiders or the Cowboys?
To make the playoffs?
Make the playoffs.
More likely to make the playoffs. Me first?
You first.
Yeah.
The Cowboys have the Giants, who are bad, but the Eagles and the Commanders. The Raiders, the Raiders have the Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs.
That's a gauntlet of a division.
They're both pretty good divisions. I mean, the only gimme in there is the Giants, and
I don't want to do like strength of schedule here.
One of them has Brian Schottenheimer, and one of them has Pete Carroll.
Yeah, but an older Pete Carroll with Geno Smith. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. And I don't feel good about it. Actually, no, I'm going to go with the Raiders. I changed. I'm going with the Raiders. I have to support Raheem.
There you go.
Raheem Mostert. Yeah. You know me. I'm a big Raiders guy. Go Raheem.
Raheem Mostert versus the Dolphins. Who do you root for?
Raheem. You know me. You know where my loyalty stands.
Thank you. That's exactly the point I had earlier.
Yeah, but he's never claimed to not be a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, but he would root for... Wow.
He'd root for his guy. Sure.
Go Raheem.
I hope Raheem scores, 400 yards and 10 touchdowns and a loss.
Go Raheem.
I would also go... Actually, Billy flipped. I would go Cowboys to win or make the playoffs. Just odds-wise, they have better odds to win the division.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's a weird place to stop that sentence.
Yeah.
I was going one place, and then I realized I didn't have much more after that.
So you just stopped.
I ejected
All
from
right.
the side.
All right. You made it weird, so I'm going to give you one more. More likely to lead his new team in receiving this year. Ted McMillan with the Panthers or Devontae Adams with the Rams? Taylor for
More likely for Devontae Adams to lead.
even with
the
Puka.
Rams.
That's the thing.
Devontae Adams, established name. It's going to take some time to build up the chemistry, but maybe Puka gets a lot more attention. So Devontae Adams takes a lot of those targets. Ted McMillan, one of my takes during the NFL draft is I'm not in love with Ted McMillan. So I would kind of see it first on an NFL field before you kind of anoint him as this number one receiver that Devontae Adams is kind of already proven to be.
Here's the thing with Tet is I don't even know so much of Adam Thielen getting his catches, even though Thielen I think is technically like the number one. It's really the Hunter Renfrow of it all. You know, I feel like Hunter Renfrow is going to get so many looks. Just like, I don't know what to do. Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow. And Hunter's going to get so many targets here. But Puka, I'm gonna go with Tet just so that I don't say the same thing as Taylor.
More Michaelies.
Is more likely to get more reception.
That's it. That's all I got. Anything else?
All right. We did it. Look at us. Here we are. God bless football.
God bless football.
God bless football.